Hello, this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader reading books for you. Today I will be reading Chapter 38 from Two Worlds, a novel of friends and foes from strange places by Laura T. Lee. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chapter 38. Bang! Stacy sat up. Still half asleep, she slowly got to her feet. "What's that sound?" Lily asked. "I don't know," she replied. Jake stood up. "Well," he said, "we should leave." As soon as those words escaped him, a tornado of gray mist spun its way to the throne in the middle of the room. It transformed into a woman, no doubt the queen of gray mist. Teresa herself. Lily stepped forward. "Hello, Teresa," she said calmly. Stacy could tell she was tempted to lunge at the queen and attack. But she knew better. A sword and dagger weren't going to do much against pure magic. "Ah," Teresa said, "let me give you some light." A spear of blazing gray light appeared in the queen's hand. Teresa's face was regally beautiful, with dark brown hair and a cold smile that made Stacy shudder. Judging from the murderous look in her eyes, she wasn't the type of queen with a boisterous attitude. She was in a simple purple gown and wore a sapphire necklace. She smiled coldly. "Hello, Lily. How's your day?" "Very good. Thank you very much." Jake coughed. Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but are you two, like, school chums or something?" Teresa glared at him with malice. "Shut up, you imbecile. I have better things to do than talking to a brainless elf." The queen sent a gray misty lion at Jake, which vaporized within 5 feet of him. "Hey, lady," he protested. "You've had a bad day and all that, so why don't you let us go?" "Silence, you fool," Teresa hissed. Faster than Stacy could blink, gray mist arched like lightning at Jake's sword, breaking it in half like it was made of tissue paper. 2 seconds later, more mist slammed into him, sending him crashing into the nearest wall. "Ow!" he complained. Teresa studied her hands with satisfaction. "My powers are growing," she noted, "which means—" She turned toward the palace doors, and Stacy saw that the chains once binding the doors together were now weakly held with a thin, twisted piece of metal chain. Teresa thrust out her hands, and a haze of gray raced at the doors, shattering the chains. She smiled, "Which means that I am almost free. I thank you, Lily, for being so slow coming here." Stacy swallowed. She waited for Teresa to strike them down or open the palace doors, but the queen didn't move. "Aren't you supposed to be like running out through the doors to claim the universe?" she asked. Teresa laughed. "The doors are still closed. I still have to break one more lock. But I do not have the power to achieve my goal. The lock is made of magic." "She's right," Lily said. Stacy glanced at the doors. Sure enough, there was another haze covering the doors like a transparent blanket. "Then why are we here anyway?" she demanded. "Don't let her get to the doors," Jake muttered. Teresa shrugged. "How would you stop me?" Lily drew her sword. The queen sighed. "If you wish, then I will fight you." She sent a torrent of gray mist at Lily, who yelped and rolled to one side. "You are braver than most," Teresa mused. "I'm braver than you, butt-face," Lily yelled. Unfortunately, that must have hurt the queen's feelings, because she snarled and spread her hands. "Duck!" Stacy shouted. Here's the thing with the word duck. Many people confuse the bird duck with a term that means get down, you idiot. Because of this, Lily ended up looking at her feet perplexed instead of hugging the floor. Stacy tackled her as a mist bomb exploded over their heads. The queen rose out of her throne. "Surrender to me," she shrieked. "Not happening, Teresa," Stacy grumbled. Another bomb flew at their faces. Before they could duck, it detonated, making Stacy fall backward. The queen launched 2 more bombs at Jake, who was struggling to stay on his feet. Lily intercepted them, whacking them with her sword, so they flew right back at Teresa. "Ack!" Teresa stretched her hands out in front of her, creating a force field so the bombs exploded harmlessly. She glared at her with pure hate. "You're making me waste my energy," she complained. "Good," Stacy said. "What?" Lily pounced and sliced Teresa's throne in half. The queen growled. "You may be winning this war," she said, "but I will have revenge. Already your loved ones are falling in my grasp." Lily raised her dagger, but Jake looked up. "What do you mean?" he asked. Teresa flicked her fingers, making a screen. In it, Lily saw 2 elves, Parker and Juanita, walking through a tunnel. "I don't know about this, Parker," Juanita said. "I know he's here," Parker replied. A gray light flashed at the end of the tunnel. "There he is," Parker said. He herded his little sister toward the gray light. Stacy watched as Parker's face, set with confidence, suddenly paled. Juanita screamed, and the video dissipated. "No," Jake said. "That can't be. They were in the war, fighting." Teresa gave him a look of fake sympathy. "Oh, don't worry. That footage was from 2 hours ago." 2 hours? The queen didn't answer. Instead, another video popped up on the screen. Tara's mother, racing up a flight of stairs in the city, heading for a sound. Tara screaming for help. The images changed again, showing a sweet little girl that Stacy thought no one would ever think of harming. Sandra, her little sister. As she watched in horror, Sandra wandered through an empty hallway. In front of her, Stacy saw a misty, gray version of herself, laughing and leading her deeper down through the corridor. Sandra, giggling, ran forward to hug her, and the screen vanished altogether. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for Chapter 39. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe.